Hey, my friends. We are sitting here again at my dining room table, and we're going to do our week in review. I am still participating in the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. I've really enjoyed doing that this year. I have taken a few little video clips and a lot of pictures along the way to share with you what we did. Here in northeast Kansas, we have been hit with winter. It has arrived, and I have been super busy working outside a lot with the animals, making sure that they have water. It doesn't take long at all in these negative temperatures for them to freeze. So you have to go out several times a day, but that means we're also, kind of hunkered in here at the house and forced to put together some meals. They may not be the fanciest of meals. They may be ones that are quick and easy just because of what the weather is throwing at us. But nonetheless, I do have some great things I want to share with you today on what we did last week. I hope that you get inspiration. If you're participating in this at home, in the comments below, tell me what you're making. What are you doing? Are you having some challenges? This is our second week in. Today is we're almost halfway through the month. And so are you finding it to be a little more challenging now that some of your fresh produce and fruits might not be available? Did you plan ahead and do some freezing or canning? We're going to start the week off with our breakfast bright and early, and I chose to make kind of a yogurt parfait. I just love this Greek yogurt. Right now I am not making my own, although I can. It's just, sometimes convenience. I had bought that back when my daughter was still here, and she enjoys that one, and so it just kind of was a treat. And if you look in the background, I have that box of granola. We're going to use that here in a bit. But I got that way back when this fall, when my cousin and I went to Amish bulk foods, and we picked up that case that I thought was going to be 6 and ended up being like 12 boxes. So I'm still working my way through that. I imagine I will be for quite some time. And then we still have some bananas, and I chose to put some banana on top there. And this made for a perfect breakfast this day. And then for lunch, I did something kind of unique. It was kind of a spin on a grilled cheese sandwich. I had a little bit of shredded mozzarella left and some pepperoni and some squeezable pizza sauce, and I turned that into a sandwich along with a salad kit mix that I had picked up before the first of the month. It was on a discount rack and it needed to be used, and that was lunch this day. My son found this German Christmas cake that I had forgotten that I purchased earlier and we didn't end up using last month, and so he and I have been enjoying this for snacks or even for breakfast with, of course, a glass of farm fresh milk. And then for supper, I ended up playing around with my Amish friendship starter again. I made these delicious savory biscuits. They will be in a video in this soon to be future. And I also had a package of this coleslaw and a Mrs. Wages coleslaw creamy mix, and all I had to do was mix the two together and we had our meal. I served that alongside some chicken sausage and or pulled pork, your choice, and that made a evening meal for us that day. So the next day was more of a brunch, and I again got to play with the Amish friendship bread starter, and I will have a video for you. We made waffles. I was a little disappointed in how they turned out, but they were still tasty. So then for an early supper, we had hamburgers with fresh lettuce from my house here inside, and I was super excited to get to have that. My husband sliced up and fried us some potatoes, and they were delicious. And then the next morning was also another brunch idea. We had a quiche. I was not happy with how the crust turned out. I have a video on it you can watch. I'll put an iCard here for you. But I also made the Amish pie crust. I just think the sugars needed a little extra attention. So for a snack, I finished off the rest of the raspberry fluff that we had for New Year's. And for supper, we had some leftover soup from last week. I found some in the fridge, and we ate some biscuits with that. Breakfast this day was granola with milk. For lunch, we just had peanut butter and jelly with a banana and a few cookies. For supper, I took the last of those herbed biscuits and the leftover sausage from our quiche, and I made us biscuits and gravy. The next morning, we got to have some Amish friendship bread for breakfast. For lunch, we had lunch meat sandwiches with some sugar snap peas that I had gotten on discount back in December that needed used. And then for supper, I made a sheet pan meal. This was the first time making a sheet pan meal, so be sure to check out that video with the iCard attached. It's been so great to be able to have a stocked pantry to eat from. I hope that you guys will come back next week and see what we put together. Bye for now, friends.